Welcome to the Truth Serum Football with your hosts, Joey, Jeff, and Jordan. The guys who bring you fantasy football advice so good, when you win your league, it'll feel like you cheated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Truth Serum.
What's up, babies? Welcome on back. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joey. You just fucking yelled at me, and it kind of hurt my ears, and I didn't like it.
Man, always bitching about me not talking loud enough and bitching about me talking too loud. What you want from me, baby? Damn, how long we been married now?
Today we are going to do our tight end rankings. Everybody likes a good tight end. Before we hop into that, we got a little bit of news. We got the Washington Foreskins changing their names. We don't have that information yet. We are recording on 7/13. This is. Are they gonna hold down the HTTR?
I don't know, baby. And we'll see. I seen the Senators floated out. I've seen the what else? Red Warriors or some shit floated out. Red Wolves, that's what it is. Yeah. Red Wolves. Only Red Wolves around is A-State, baby, holding it down for Arkansas.
Okay, that's gross.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gross. I think they should just change it to the Washington Pigskins. They can say the Skins, honor the football, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people are bitching about, they want it to start with an R so they can keep the H. Hail to the Redskins, hail to the whatevers, so either way, I don't think this is all that big of news, but it's news, and really there's not a lot to talk about right now, so that's why we're doing some motherfucking tight end rankings.
Hell yeah, the Washington Snyders. How about that? The Snyders.
How about let's go ahead and let's go through 6, and then we will take a quick break, and then we'll pop back in with 7 through 12, and we'll pop in after that with a couple breakout candidates because your rankings are wrong. So
okay, we'll see.
All right, so
I think I got the argument for you already, baby. Let's go.
All right. So tight end 1, who's got the tightest end in the NFL? I never did get with Casey about recording with us this day. But tight end 1, we both have Travis Kelce.
The whole world has Travis Kelce because Travis Kelce is the best fucking tight end on the planet. If you need some statistics or if you need some reasons to find out why Travis Kelce's number 1, Joey and I, one of the very first articles we did was a player analysis, Travis Kelce versus George Kittle. Check it out on the TruthSerumFootball.com.
Hell yeah. Also, I mean, how can you not? This dude has ranked as the tight end 1 for the past 4 fucking years. So, I mean, it just only makes sense. Keep slotting him in at 1. I'm not going to be drafting him in the second round. If you do, I'm not going to fault you over it. I'm just not going to do it.
I will, but go ahead and draft Travis Kelce in the second round. He's going to produce. There's nothing wrong with picking him. It's the fact that if you pick him, you are crippling yourself at running back, wide receiver, one of those really important positions.
Yeah, you're not going to lose your fucking fantasy league because you have Travis Kelce on your team. So, anyway, coming in for both of us again at number 2, George Kittle. This guy is a yards after the catch monster. He is, in my opinion, the best tight end in the league. And this is from a full he can do it all standpoint. And Travis Kelce's got him a little bit in the deep route running and all of that, but there's nothing wrong with Travis Kelce or George Kittle. They're both phenomenal. Both come with very, very expensive price tags. So I won't be drafting them. I'm going to go after late guys who I think could become one of them.
Hell yeah. Not a whole lot to add. I think if anything, the one difference I see between Kittle and Kelce is Kittle is the number one option in his offense, period. End of discussion, no debate. Travis Kelce does have Tyreek Hill also catching passes in that crazy offense, but Kansas City's offense is just so damn good that Kelce has to be the de facto number one. But can't go wrong with both of these guys unless if you draft them in the second round and then you're hurting your team, like I just said.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Number 3, we are both also in agreements with Mark Andrews. Why though?
Why Mark Andrews?
Why?
Well, first of all, I watch football, and Mark Andrews was a fucking stud last year. I do expect a little bit of touchdown regression from him this season, but I also could see his receptions and yardage increasing from 2019. Andrews is another guy. I think he has a very good chance to be the number one overall option in this dynamic offense. You know, I think Hollywood Brown will take a step forward, but I really like Andrews' upside, and he is somebody who may have production pretty similar to Kelce and Kittle, but without quite the draft cost.
Yeah, I believe he is going early 4th round. He was the number one option in this offense last year, and that's with seeing limited playing time on the field. When he was on the field, he ran routes. He's super athletic. He got open. He caught the passes. He took them to the house. Touchdown regression. You say it's coming. I agree. This guy is one of 3 players, I believe, to score 10-plus touchdowns. I don't think that's going to happen again. I do see targets increase. I see the playing time increase, which ultimately, you know, is going to get you more volume. So I agree 100% on that. I do see a step forward in Hollywood Brown as well. Now, with that, I don't think he's the number one in this offense coming into this year. But that's specifically because Hollywood, he came into the season banged up. He's going to be better in year 2, as most second-year wide receivers are. They got rid of Hayden Hurst, who was drafted ahead of him, Mark Andrews. His playing time is going to go up specifically for that. Guy's super athletic. I love him. Still going to be a great offense. Play action is a thing of beauty over there. And yeah, number 3, I agree. He could be the number 1 tight end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we have a little bit of a disagreement here. We got Evan Ingram at number 4.
And you have Ingram at 5, and I have Evan Ingram at 4.
Yeah, okay. I'm not arguing with this. I think Evan Ingram is another one of these super athletic guys. He's fast. He can get after it after the catch. I think you actually might be right. Did I update my shit before? I believe I should have Ingram at 4 as well. Yeah, I fucked up. But it's all good. We'll roll with it right here. I didn't update beforehand, I guess, so.
And I mean, I think this is where there's a line drawn. So I think Kelce and Kittle are obviously the studs of this tight end group. I think Mark Andrews is on the cusp, and he's somewhere between that group and this group. But this next group of Ingram, Waller, Hooper, Ertz, those guys, they're kind of all like fucking pick 'em, you know. To me, Evan Ingram is just as talented as any tight end in the game of football. The kid's a beast. But he gets injured all the time, and I don't trust him to stay on the field whatsoever. I think he's missed 19 or 20 games in his first 3 years. The best ability is availability, and he hasn't had a whole lot of that. But, if he can stay healthy, he's going to pop, man. That's why I have him ranked a little bit higher than I think consensus would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, I believe he was the tight end 1 through either 6 or 8 weeks last year before he went down with injury. dude's faster than most cornerbacks and wide receivers. He catches deeper routes for tight ends, and we've seen that something that motherfucker Jones likes to do. He didn't dump off a whole lot last year to Saquon, so I think having Ingram in this offense, assuming everyone in this offense can stay healthy, Evan Ingram will be the number 2 target in this offense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Again, it's just he stays healthy. What I really love about Evan Ingram, though, is at his draft capital, at his draft cost, it starts to become somewhat of a value, an upside play. He's being drafted in the beginning of the 7th round. And, in the 7th round, I got 3 running backs at least and 3 wide receivers, 2 to 3 wide receivers. So I'm really starting to look at tight end there. And there's not a whole lot of talent comparable to Evan Ingram at the tight end position at that point in the draft.
Bingo. I love it. I'm not trying to draft tight ends in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds because that's typically every single year I get burnt in that area on tight end. Last year, it was your Evan Ingrams in that range and your Buccaneers.
OJ
Howard's in that area. Those guys, I feel like it's always 1 year too early on those guys. And I'm with drafting Evan Ingram where he's going for sure. I love him as a talent. Let's go. Number 5.
Number 5, we got Darren Waller. The motherfucking baller, son. Talk to me. The big breakout of last year.
The big breakout will regress this year. He was super targeted. Dude had a lot of fucking receptions. That's going to go down. They've added a few weapons in this offense to keep them, going. And I really like what they did in the offseason. I like the speed they added in Ruggs, and they got a possession receiver. What's his name? South Carolina guy.
Brian Edwards.
I really like those guys as well. I think that's going to open up this offense a lot more. They're not going to rely on Darren Waller as much as they did previously. I think Josh Jacobs takes a step forward in the receiving game as well. Ultimately, Darren Waller last year, he finished higher than what we have him. A baked-in regression. He's going to come down some. I have him at 8. I think he's gonna take a big fall from what he did last year based on what this team has done in the offseason. Go ahead.
So I have him a little bit higher. I have him up at 5. And I completely agree with you. I think he is going to regress. Last season had 90 receptions, 1,100 yards, but he only had 3 touchdowns. Yes. So this season, I could see the yards and receptions coming back down to earth, but I think he'll positively regress on the touchdowns. I can see him having 5 to 6 pretty easily. I do really love what the Raiders did in the draft. That you didn't mention Lynn Bowden, who's another one that should be taking some of that load. But to me, man, I think Waller has a pretty decent, steady floor as a tight end option. I don't think he has the upside of a Kelsey, a Kittle, an Andrews, and Ingram. But, man, I still think he's going to be a solid tight end and a solid option week in and week out. I get it. His breakout season came at the age of 27. But to me, I think he's absolutely going to be relied upon by Derek Carr or somebody else, Marcus Mariota maybe. I just think he's too good of a talent and too much of a target for him not to still eat in this offense.
Yeah, for sure. Another guy we didn't mention is Hunter Renfrow. When Hunter Renfrow was on the field last year, his targets went from, I think, like 11 per game down to 7 or 8 per game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he definitely had a substantial amount of targets less per game with Renfrow in the lineup. So I think we all expect Hunter Renfrow to be healthy coming into the season.
Healthy.
Hunter healthy. Yeah, we expect him to be healthy coming in. This is a guy that looks like a proven veteran slot receiver, which does typically hurt the tight end landscape for specific teams. So that's also factored in.
Yeah, good enough. Moving on, we have a big. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. Moving on, we've got Austin Hooper coming in at the 6th spot. Talk to me.
We've got a big what?
Now, I read your rankings instead of the consensus rankings, and I thought we were about to have a big old shit show right here, a big old fight about it, but we're not.
Yeah, we are definitely, because I have him down at 11.
Okay.
I don't want it. In this offense, in the Browns offense, yeah, this guy had mega targets last year. He was very, very effective. This guy is nothing but another person. There's nothing special about him. He's a good tight end. He's not super athletic. He finds soft spots in zones, sits down, catches it. That's it. I don't like anything about his game. Nothing stands out. Now he goes to an offense who is very similar to what they had in Atlanta, with two really good wide receivers. But now they got a solid running game with Steve Sarkisian, who also loves to fucking run the ball. This will open up play action, but I assure you, he is going to be the 4th target in this offense behind Odell, Jarvis Landry, and Kareem Hunt. Argue that.
I can't argue that, but regardless, he's still going to be a top 10 tight end play, man. You hit the nail on the head. He went from one offense to another that performed very similarly. I get it. The Falcons' run game was shit last year, but in years prior to that, it was just fine. Austin Hooper still had plenty of upside the previous year as well. I say Austin Henry, Austin Hooper. Austin Pooper. Anyway, I think Hooper absolutely will help this offense. I think he's going to be another person for, Baker to pop that fucking ball to, keep that chain moving. I do expect regression from last season, absolutely. But I mean, he had 75 catches, 787 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I could still see him easily doing, 65, 600, and 5 touchdowns in this offense, which I think will put him right around that tight end 5 to 10 range.
Cool. Let's thank these motherfucking Patreons, baby.
Hell yeah. So a big shout out, a big thank you to all of our Patreons, but specifically today, we're going to name out the Hall of Famers. So let's go. We got Brandon Rios, Cadillac Kaysen. Man, I wish my name was Cadillac. I'd get all the ladies. Dylon Maliska, Captain Kirk Davenport, James Miller, my favorite Blaha, Daniel Blaha, Jeff Wallace, Steady Trevetti. That's Close the Deal Manil for those that don't know. My favorite Blaha, Wes Blaha. We got Patrick Johnson. That's with a capital T, ladies. We got Chris, how you say your name, Tax Benjamin, Clintorius B.I.G., Clint Collins. We miss you, baby. We got Matthew Tovar, Hall of Fame Robert Dawson, Mike Pineacker, what'd you call me? We got Jeff Beavers, Freddie Lavelle, Michael David Truax. We got Josh Machino, Josh Hickman, Chris Leach, Dwight Kofroth, Jeremy, my mains man, Mains, Ben Kaiser, Tyler the True Tompkins, Colleen Kunkel, Jeremy Powell, and Big Dick Rick himself, Richard Travelstead. We love you guys.
Dude, I always expect just to see drool just coming out of your mouth when you're saying all those names.
Extra drool when I say Colleen Kunkel.
Drool, spit, same thing.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Let's move on to our number 7, Hayden Hurst. Why do you hate Hayden Hurst?
Have you ever watched the guy play football? Like, I get it, man. He's in this Atlanta offense, and Austin Hooper fucking ate last year. But you talked about Austin Hooper just being another guy. Hayden Hurst is just another guy.
He's another guy going into this offense. This guy is twice as athletic. I get it. The Ravens got rid of him. They found something in Mark Andrews. I get it, man. I really do. Hayden Hurst was drafted ahead of Mark Andrews in that same draft. But that's because he is an explosive tight end. He is very, very athletic. I'm not talking the guy up for fantasy this year, but the opportunity is also there. With how many targets did you say Austin Hooper got? Them bitches gone. They gone. They gone. Yep. They gone. They gone. I don't expect Hayden Hurst to get all of those. I do predict a huge breakout from Calvin Ridley coming into this year. But Hayden Hurst is going to eat some of that. And this is a guy that once he catches it, he can go the distance with it. Opportunity, athleticism, is a breakout type of thing there. Like, that is the recipe for success.
Dog, we done fucked up these whole rankings.
Not we.
Yeah, we.
No.
It was mostly me, but we done fucked up the rankings.
How? What did we fuck up?
You know who I don't have on my rankings at all?
Who?
Zach Ertz.
Why the fuck not?
I don't know.
Talk about Zach.
I just
Ertz.
overlooked it, baby.
We talked about Zach Ertz already, didn't we? But no, we didn't. Holy shit.
No, we didn't. So I would put Zach Ertz probably above Evan Ingram.
Okay, so let's talk Zach Ertz real quick. We're done with Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, thank God. I do want to say one more thing about Hayden Hurst. You call him an explosive talent at tight end. I call him more like an explosive diarrhea at tight end. That guy's just not good, man. Like, I get it. He was drafted high, blah, 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 blah. You know what? So was old boy Eric Ebron. He was drafted high. Where's he at now? Indianapolis, just as good of a spot. Whatever. Fuck both of those guys. Anyway, let's talk about Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, I hate you, but you are a damn good tight end, and you are the man in Philadelphia. So I think he is absolutely – Zach Ertz is somebody that has to be considered up there with Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Mark Andrews among those top four. And I think he is – he's an absolute stud.
Yeah, nothing much to add there. He had – I want to say it was 90 – hold on. I don't know. This guy eats in this offense. He's the number one guy in this offense. In an offense I believe will move the fucking ball this year. They're trying to open things up. They've added a lot of speed in the offseason. I think that bodes well for Zach Ertz. And I expect him to stay about where he's been for the past couple of years, average together.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a top 10 fantasy tight end for 5 consecutive seasons. He's locked in. He's as safe of a play as you get at tight end, albeit he is a little bit of an injury risk. Give me one sec.
For the record, that would slot Zach Ertz in at number 4 for both of us. Jordan was a little bit careless when typing these up, apparently. So that would put him at 4. Right above Evan Ingram for us. I'm very comfortable with him, and I think he's going in the 5th round, 6th round. But yeah, he's going to continue to get the volume. So that's that. What you doing in there, Jordan?
My wife was leaving.
Okay, I thought
she went to kiss me goodbye. She loved me, baby.
Where'd she
loved me like I love Travis Kelce.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's that true love, y'all.
Hell yeah, it is. All right, let's go to number 8. We got Hunter Healthy. I got him at 12, bro.
I got him at 9, or I got him at 8. For me, Hunter Healthy, it's as simple as this, man. I get it. He's an injury risk. His offense isn't as good as it's been in years past. But, man, you talk about a guy like Hayden Hurst, who is just super talented. Fuck that guy. Hunter Henry is super talented. I think he is one of the best tight ends in football. And, yeah, I know his situation's not great, but I think his ceiling is still pretty high, man. I think especially if something happens to Keenan Allen, which has happened in the past, he becomes the de facto number one in that offense, and I think he will still get his even if that offense takes a step back this season.
I think he's the third option in this offense.
You put Eckler above him?
Yeah, for sure. As far as target volume, I'm going to put Eckler ahead of him. That being said, in an offense that I expect to be absolutely abysmal this year, I can't rank the tight end position regardless of talent. I think he's not going to perform this year. I don't think the team is going to perform this year. So whenever you start from the top, team expectations, and you distribute that shit out, there's just not a lot left for Hunter Henry in my eyes. And that's what it boils down to. I love the talent. There's also that injury risk, and
Yep.
I have to have him down there at 12 specifically for those reasons. So
Gotcha.
that's my argument. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong.
And I do think in this range, man, like you're talking about a total fucking dart throw regardless. And the reason I like Hunter Henry is just because I know he has that talent, which gives him that upside. If him and Tyrod Taylor click, I mean, it could be something good for him. So, but regardless, I think most of this next group of guys is pretty interchangeable.
And speaking of the next group of guys, we got Jared Cook coming in. This is a guy who I see a lot of regression coming for, not only in the receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns. I mean, this guy was outstanding last year scoring touchdowns. No, it's not going to happen. They've brought in Emmanuel Sanders, instantly goes to their number 2. Still got Alvin Kamara there. Is this going to be a very productive offense? Absolutely. I see all kinds of regression coming for Jared Cook. I don't think he's that special either. So
I completely agree with you. Nothing special about Cook, and I don't want to talk about him a long time or anything. I just think he has a chance to catch some balls in the end zone, which gives him a little bit of upside for me.
Okay, let's move on to number 10, Noah Fant. Let's talk about him.
Noah Fant. I really love Noah Fant's game. I think he is a huge breakout potential this season in that Broncos offense. Obviously, they added some additional weapons in this offseason. But to me, man, Noah Fant is going to be somebody that I think is going to continue to rise up these ranks over the next couple of years. I think the kid has a ton of talent. I love the offense. I love his upside. Noah Fant's going to be a guy that I probably have on several of my teams as kind of that late round tight end sleeper pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I will too. I do have him slotted down at number 14. That's not because I don't like the guy. It's because of my confidence in what he's going to do. Like you said, all these guys in this area are dart throws. I do love him. I think he is a great tight end, and he's going to continue to rise up these boards. But for this year, I'm going to go with team expectations. They got a very, very young quarterback who's got a lot of promise. They added a lot of weapons. I'm going to distribute those targets across all the players that I think here. I don't think there's a lot left for Noah Fant. But yes, he's absolutely a breakout candidate. I'm not going to call for the breakout on this guy.
Okay, fair enough. Who do we have at number 11? Let's talk about it.
We got a guy at number 11 who is another guy that he's been the number 1 tight end several fucking times in his career. He took a year off. He's always been banged up. Dude looked super skinny for a while. Yeah, I guarantee you he's been working out and getting perfect for everyone. Uh, I'm not confident in Rob Gronkowski. There's a lot of mouths to feed in this offense. I know I say I don't like that argument, but man, they still have OJ Howard there too, who is a kind of a version of Rob Gronkowski, in the fact that he gets injured and he's super athletic and he's a great on the blocking aspect, the receiving aspect. I like this offense. I fucking love Gronk. I think he's the greatest of all time. But I don't think that we're gonna see a lot out of him. If he stays healthy, he's gonna be tight end 10 or a top 10 tight end. But I have zero fucking confidence that he stays healthy. So that's really my argument there.
I love me some Gronkowski this year. I love me some Buccaneers this year. I love me some Tom Brady all the damn time. Here's what I think is going to happen with Gronkowski, man. I don't want to touch him come draft season. I want no part of him, right? I want to wait 3, 4, 5 weeks for someone to get tired of his shit, drop him on the waiver wire, let me scoop him up. The wizard of the waiver wires is going to come in and clean house. I think Gronkowski is going to have a hell of a second half of the season. I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to get back up to speed, get his weight back, get back into football condition. He's somebody I could see catching a good amount of touchdowns in the second half of the season and kind of elevating this offense as it goes. But as it stands, I can't rank him any higher than this because I do think it will take him a little bit of time to get acclimated to this offense and get back into the rhythm of playing football.
All right, cool. Yep. At number 12, we have TJ Hawkinson. I didn't realize you had him up there that high.
I got him at number 12.
Okay.
You got him at 8 or at 7.
Okay. You know what it looks like to me?
What?
It looks like column B and column F are the exact same.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Oh, shit.
Whatever, baby.
Golly.
We'll roll with it.
Let's go. All right, so this means that my man should be higher. Should be a lot higher.
Do we want to roll with this, or do we just want to re-record this whole thing after
No, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. But we finna fucking talk about some Jonnu Smith, dog.
Ugh.
All right, because I got TJ Hawkinson at 8. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson is in an offense who I think takes a step forward. This defense is terrible. They're going to be passing a lot. I think TJ Hawkinson, I think he's a great option in the receiving game as well as for run blocking and all that. So I look for him to take a step forward and look a little bit more like his former self, in which he's like exploded in week 1 last year. He was by far my favorite tight end prospect coming into last year, in which what was a great tight end class. So I love him moving forward. I think he will also continue to rise up these draft boards as well.
Yeah, right on, man. Me personally, I think I've been more on the Fant wagon than the Hawkinson wagon since they came out of Iowa. But both really good talent. Obviously, TJ Hawkinson, like you said, exploded in week one, had that kind of tight end year one inconsistency, had a couple of times where he popped, and most of the season he didn't. To me, man, I think Hawkinson takes a huge leap next season. I think he takes a baby leap this season. I still think he's the number 3 option in this offense at best. So I'm tempering my expectations for Hawkinson.
Okay. I just think he'll have a solid floor, and that's
but a
where,
limited ceiling, and I can completely agree with that.
yeah. All right. So let's talk about some breakout guys. Jonnu Smith is a guy that I want to talk about. I know you don't like him. He's just another guy. Bro, it takes a couple of years for tight ends. Do you like Corey Davis?
No.
No. Okay. Who's the number 2 in this offense?
I don't know, baby. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, you may be right. It may be Jonnu Smith. I do think Corey Davis is the number 2 in this offense. But hell, Jonnu Smith might be right up there with Corey Davis.
Yeah. I mean, he had 130 spark score, burst score. That's the 94th percentile. He's ridiculous. He was one of only 2 tight ends over 2018 and 2019 to average over 5 yards per target after the catch. You want to know who that other guy is?
Who?
George motherfucking Kittle.
Okay.
He is a beast after the catch, and his efficiency is off the charts. I know I'm calling for this Tennessee Titans efficiency to go down. I think Jonnu Smith is the young star emerging. Last year, I was calling for Mark Andrews. I saw opportunity. I saw athletic scores. That is a recipe for success in my eyes. So I really love him moving forward. He's going to be the guy I'm targeting everywhere. You're going to get him super late. Take a shot in the 12th round. Take a shot in the 11th round. I don't really know where his draft, his ADP is right now, but dude, he's worth a shot. He could break out and be the number 3 tight end this year based on opportunity, based on what I see this team doing moving forward. I really love Jonnu Smith. And what's your argument?
Jonnu Smith is being taken in the 13th round. So, yeah, I mean,
beautiful.
Shit, if you're looking for a 13th round tight end, sure, throw the dart at Jonnu Smith and expect to absolutely not hit anything. To me, man, the guy, like you said, yeah, it takes tight ends a little bit longer to get going. I get it. That's why I love my guy. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. But to me, talked about the spark score and how he has all the – man, Jonnu Smith is like the D student that gets the 34 on the ACT, man. Like, on the field, I just feel like it does not come through, whether it's Delaney Walker, whether it's injury concerns, whether it's poor quarterback play. There's just nothing that this guy has shown me to give me even a little bit of confidence in him, other than he looks like a fucking man on the field. So my breakout and my guy to keep an eye on later in drafts is my boy from the Dallas Cowboys, Blake Jarwin, and he's going in the 14th round. But Blake Jarwin, man, I said it in my very first episode ever on the True Serum Football. Jason Witten needed to get the hell out of the way. That happened this offseason. There's 160-something no, there's more than that. There's 200-something targets to go around from last season with all of the departures from Dallas. He's going to eat. He's going to get some of those, man. He's going to get a lot of those. I would not be shocked at all if he took his 30 receptions, 360 yards, and 3 touchdowns and turned that into, 50 to 60 for 500 to 600 yards and 5 to 6 touchdowns. I think he has a ton of upside, a ton of talent, and I absolutely think he is going to be a guy that is going to win you some weeks and going to lose you some weeks.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you said. Do you have his draft, his ADP right in front of you?
Yeah,
I think
1404.
Okay, so let's say you don't draft a tight end for the entire draft until round 13. You take one in 13 and 14. Let's say you get Jonnu Smith and him. Would you be comfortable that one of those guys are going to come into something? Is that a strategy that you employ here?
Hell yeah, I'll be confident that Blake Jarwin will get it done for me. That's for sure.
No, I'm asking, are you one of the
I know.
guys?
Yeah, I'm being an asshole. Me personally, I'm typically a one tight end kind of guy, right? I want one tight end going into the season, and I usually want one quarterback going into the season, and I want a whole lot of running backs and wide receivers on my roster. If you're a two tight end guy, hey, man, more power to you. Go for it. You can do worse than Jonnu Smith and Jarwin. But to me, if you're drafting a tight end that late, you're going to be streaming these guys anyway, so just fucking pick one.
Yeah, last year we were picking, this time last year, Mark Andrews was going in this same range. The hype did get real on him, and he moved up to round 9-ish. I think that's what's going to happen with these two guys as well. Now, if you get two of these guys in your draft, and this is a strategy that I like having one tight end, but start off with two of them. In this range, the 13th, 14th round, the running backs that you're taking, the wide receivers that you're taking, the chance of them breaking out is a lot less than one of these tight ends. So you could take two late tight ends like Jarwin, like Noah Fant, like OJ Howard. These guys really late, one of them is bound to break out. Like we said before, this part of the draft, everybody's a dart throw anyways. So why not take two darts and throw them at the same fucking board?
Yeah, and I mean, man, there's a lot of talent in this. If you look at just pure ADP after the 13th round, we got Mike Gesicki, TJ Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert, Jonnu Smith, Blake Jarwin, Jack Doyle, Eric Ebron, Greg Olsen. You know, there's some players there that you can take a shot on. You know, we didn't mention or didn't talk about Greg Olsen, and probably for good reason. But, man, early in the season, while he's healthy, hell, he may produce a couple of tight end one type weeks for you before he goes down, you know. Same with Eric Ebron. He's in Pittsburgh now. Big Ben has shown that he will throw to the tight end in years past. So that's another one. Like, there's a lot of value late in this tight end class that I almost think it's a no-brainer. You fade the tight end until the end of the draft.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. I think that will conclude our tight ends. We will get these updated and fixed, and we're going to put this into a super dope fucking draft board for you guys, a cheat sheet, if you will. It's going to be the greatest you've ever seen, and it will be free to our Patreons. All of you.
All of you, baby.
Hell yeah. Shit, we're going to close this one out. We got a mock draft we're about to do, baby.
Hell yeah, we do. I can't wait. We got some of the truthers out there going to jump in and join us. So I'm ready to whoop some ass. I don't know about you.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. So as always,
Stay true.